Hi, Leo. Welcome back to Moonveil Tarot. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so I want to start this reading in a very specific place because before I even get into the cards, I want to talk about something that I think a lot of you already know, but maybe have not fully let yourself acknowledge. And that is the power of your silence. Because there is this thing that happens when someone who has been very present in someone else's life suddenly goes quiet, like not angry quiet, not dramatic quiet, just quiet. And the person on the other end of that silence, who is used to having access to you, who is used to knowing what you are doing, who is used to being in your orbit in some way, starts to feel something that they genuinely were not prepared for. They start to feel your absence like a physical thing, like something that takes up space, and it rattles them in a way that nothing else has. And I think some of you watching this have been in that silence, maybe intentionally, maybe just because life has taken you somewhere new, maybe because you are healing or growing or simply choosing yourself and you have not fully realized just how loud your quiet has been to the person watching from the other side of it. So today, the cards are going to show you exactly what is happening with them, what they see when they look at your life right now, what your silence is doing to them internally, and what is coming as a result of it. So take a deep breath with me, get comfortable, and let's get into this. Okay, I am starting today with an oracle card just to set the energy, just to capture the vibration of this whole situation before we go into the tarot. Sacred stillness. Sacred stillness. Oh, I love this so much because this card is not about doing nothing. It is about the power that lives in the pause, in the space between, in the moment before the next move, and what this oracle card is saying right at the start of this reading is that your silence is not emptiness. It is not absence. It is sacred. It is intentional. Even if it did not start out that way, it has become one of the most powerful things you have ever done. And the universe is honoring it. Okay, now let me pull the first tarot card, and I want to start from their perspective again today because I think that is where the real story is. So the first card I am pulling is for their state of mind right now. Like, what is actually going on inside them as your silence continues? The Nine of Swords. And right next to it, the Hermit reversed. Okay, so the Nine of Swords and the Hermit reversed together for their state of mind. This is a lot. Let me walk through this carefully. The Nine of Swords, which is the card of sleepless nights, of anxious thoughts, of lying awake at 3 in the morning with a mind that will not stop. And what this card in this position is showing me is that this person is not sleeping well. And a significant part of why is you, like your silence, your distance, the fact that they do not know what you are thinking or feeling or planning is feeding this anxiety in them that they genuinely cannot turn off. And I want to describe what that probably looks like in their daily life because I think it is important for you to understand. They wake up and one of their first thoughts is you. They check their phone, maybe not even fully consciously, just habit, hoping something from you has come through. They go through their day and you are running in the background of their mind like a program that will not close. And then at night, when things get quiet, that is when the Nine of Swords really activates because there is nothing to distract them from the questions they cannot answer about where you are, what you are doing, whether you think about them, whether the door is still open, whether they have already lost you. And the Hermit reversed beside it is so significant because the Hermit upright is peaceful solitude, is going inward by choice, is finding wisdom in quiet. But reversed, it is someone who is alone, but not at peace about it. Someone whose solitude feels like isolation, like being cut off from something vital. And that is this person right now. They might be physically surrounded by people. They might look fine from the outside, but internally they feel alone in a very specific way. The way you feel alone when the one person whose presence makes you feel less alone is not available to you, and that is you. You are that person for them. Okay, let me pull a card using playing card symbolism again, because last time it cut right to the heart of things. One playing card for the core feeling they are sitting with right now, the Jack of Hearts. The Jack of Hearts, which is so interesting because the Jack of Hearts in playing card readings represents someone who is emotionally young in this situation, not immature, but vulnerable. Like, this is a card of someone who is experiencing feelings that are bigger than they know how to handle, feelings that have caught them off guard, feelings that make them feel almost teenager-ish in their intensity, like they did not plan to care this much. And now that they do not quite know what to do with themselves. And the Jack of Hearts also represents someone who is in that stage of, I keep almost doing something about this and then talking myself out of it. I keep almost reaching out and then stopping. I keep almost saying something and then swallowing it back down. And it is creating this constant low-grade emotional tension that they are carrying around with them everywhere they go. Okay, now I want to pull a card for what they see when they look at your life right now. Like, what is their perception of you from where they are standing, watching from the outside? The Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so these three cards together for what they see when they look at your life. This is so good. Let me really sit with this. The Empress first, which is the goddess card, beauty, abundance, radiance, someone who is in full bloom. And this is what they see when they look at you. They see you thriving. They see you glowing. They see you living your life in a way that looks genuinely beautiful from the outside. And I want to say something about this, because I think it is really interesting, the fact that you are doing well, the fact that your life looks abundant and full and radiant is not making this easier for them. It is actually making it harder because there is nothing to reassure them. Like, if you were clearly struggling, they could tell themselves, oh, she needs me. Oh, he misses me. Oh, things are not going well without me. But you are not struggling, you are thriving. And that is genuinely unsettling to them because it suggests that you are okay without them. And the thought of you being okay without them is more frightening than anything else. And then the Wheel of Fortune, which is the card of cycles and divine timing and things being in motion, and what they see when they look at your life through the Wheel of Fortune lens is movement. Like, things are happening for you, opportunities are opening, your life is clearly in a state of positive momentum, and they are watching it from the outside, wondering if they are going to be part of where that momentum takes you, or if the wheel is going to carry you so far forward that the distance between you becomes irreversible. And then the Six of Pentacles, which is the card of generosity, of someone giving and receiving in balance, of abundance being shared. And in this position, for what they see when they watch your life, I feel like this is showing me that they see you showing up for people, giving your energy, your time, your warmth to others. And there is a part of them that is quietly, almost guiltily wondering, why am I not one of those people right now? Why is she or he giving that to everyone else and not to me? And that gap between where they are and where they want to be in relation to you is eating at them. Okay, now I want to pull a card for what they are doing with this feeling. Like, how are they actually behaving? What actions are they taking behind the scenes in response to what they are feeling? The Seven of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Moon. Okay? So these three together for what they are doing with these feelings. This is so telling. The Seven of Cups first, which is the fantasy card, the imagination card, the card of someone who is spending a lot of time in their own head, building scenarios, imagining conversations, playing out how things could go if they were to reach out or run into you or say the thing they have been sitting on. And what this card is showing me is that they are doing a lot of mental rehearsing. Like they have had this conversation with you 100 times in their head in different versions with different outcomes. And they are trying to figure out which version has the best chance of going the way they hope, which is such a human thing to do, but also a very clear sign of how much they care, because people do not rehearse conversations with people who do not matter to them. And then the Page of Wands, which is this young, enthusiastic fire energy. And what this card is showing me is that alongside the anxiety and the overthinking, there is also this spark in them, this renewed energy, like watching you live your life has actually inspired something in them. Like your growth is challenging them to grow too. And I feel like for some of them, they have been doing things, making changes, showing up differently with this quiet hope that it will get back to you somehow, that you will notice that it will matter to you, that they are not the same person they were. And then the Moon, which we know is the hidden things card, and in this position, for what they are doing behind the scenes, the Moon is showing me that they are watching more than you know, like checking your social media, asking mutual people casual questions that are not actually casual, noticing things you post, reading into things, looking for signals that the silence means something specific, that it does not necessarily mean what they are afraid it means, that there is still a chance. And every little thing you do, every story you post, every place you go, every caption you write is being read and reread for clues about where you stand. Okay, now I want to shift and look at you because this reading is for you, and I want to check in with where you actually are emotionally, spiritually, in your body right now. The High Priestess, the Four of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Oh, these three together for where you are right now. This is so beautiful and so accurate. The High Priestess, which is the card of deep inner knowing, of someone who is tuned into something that most people cannot see. And what this card is telling me is that you are operating from a place of real inner wisdom right now. Like there is a part of you that knows exactly what is going on, that feels everything that is happening, even without having been told. Your intuition is sharp right now, sharper than it has been, and it is telling you things about this person, about this situation, about what is real and what is not. And you are finally listening to it, maybe for the first time in a while. And then the Four of Swords, which is the card of intentional rest, of stepping back, of taking care of yourself first, of not rushing back into something, before you are truly ready. And what this card is showing me is that your silence is not accidental, and it is not even entirely strategic. It is self-care. It is you giving yourself the space to get clear, to get honest, to get grounded in what you actually want before you make any decisions. And that is such a wise place to be. It is such a healthy place to be, even if it does not feel particularly dramatic from your side. It is doing enormous work on your behalf. And then the Ace of Swords, which is the breakthrough card, the clarity card, the card of a truth that is crystallizing. And what this card is telling me is that you are approaching or already have arrived at a real clarity about this situation, about what you want, about what you are willing to accept, about what this person is going to need to bring if they want to be in your life. And that clarity, that sword of truth that you are holding right now, is actually what they can feel from the other side of the silence. They can feel that you have gotten clear, and it is making them very aware that they need to get clear too. Okay, let me now pull the main spread, and I want to lay this out as a story. 5 cards that tell the complete arc of where this is going, what is shifting, and how it lands. Pulling these now. The 8 of Wands, the Tower, the Judgment card, the 2 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. Okay. Okay. I mean, the universe really showed up today. The 8 of Wands, the Tower, Judgment, the 2 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups as your 5-card story spread. Let me walk through every single one. The 8 of Wands as the first card, which is fast-moving energy, things accelerating, the dam breaking. And what this is telling me is that the period of stillness, the silence, the waiting is coming to an end very soon. Like the energy is already moving. It is already in motion. And once it gets going, it is going to feel very fast, very direct, very immediate. And that movement is going to come from them toward you, because the 8 of Wands in this position is their energy releasing after being held back for so long. And then the Tower, and I know the Tower can feel intense, but in this spread, in this story, the Tower is not yours. It is their moment of reckoning, their moment of, I cannot keep operating the way I have been. I cannot keep sitting on this. I cannot keep watching from a distance. Something in their life, something internal or external, is going to shake them enough to force the honesty, to force the vulnerability that they have been avoiding. And sometimes that is what it takes. Sometimes the Tower has to come to shake someone loose from the comfortable avoidance they have been living in. And then Judgment rising from the coffin, responding to the trumpet. And what Judgment in this spread is showing me is a moment of awakening specifically for them, a moment where they see clearly, maybe for the first time, what they actually have in you and what they stand to lose permanently if they do not act. And Judgment is a loud card. It is a trumpet sounding kind of card. And I feel like the contact that comes from them is going to have that quality, like they finally heard something that woke them up and now they cannot unhear it. And then the 2 of Cups. Oh, the 2 of Cups showing up as the 4th card in this story, which is the card of mutual recognition, of 2 people facing each other, choosing each other, meeting each other equally. And this is showing me that after the contact, after the conversation, after the honesty, there is a meeting of energies, a real one, where both of you are present, both of you are seen, both of you are choosing, and it feels like something settling, like something clicking into place, like, oh, here we are, finally, actually here. And then the 10 of Cups as the final card, the happily ever after card, the everything coming together card, the card of complete emotional fulfillment. And this is where the story ends. This is where the arc lands, not in confusion, not in more waiting, not in another cycle of the same thing, but in the 10 of Cups, in fullness, in joy, in a love that actually feels the way you always wanted love to feel. Okay, let me pull some tea leaf cards now to get really specific details. The first tea leaf card is Shadow. The Shadow card, which represents the hidden self, the part of someone that they do not show the world. And in this reading, in this context, the shadow is the part of this person that is completely preoccupied with you, the part they keep in the dark, that they do not let anyone see, the part that checks your page and reads your old messages and remembers specific things you said that you have probably forgotten and holds them close. And what this card is showing me is that their shadow self, their private self, is entirely consumed by thoughts of you. And that private world is so different from the composed exterior that they walk around with, that if you could see it, you would be genuinely surprised. The next tea leaf card is Footsteps. Footsteps, which is so perfect for this reading because footsteps in tea leaf readings literally represent someone following your path, watching where you go, tracking your steps. And what this card is confirming is what the title already told us. They are watching your every step. They notice everything. They know more about what you have been doing than you would expect. And every step you take that looks like moving forward, every step that looks like thriving, is landing with them in a very specific way, as I need to do something before she or he gets so far ahead that they do not need me anymore. The next tea leaf card is Candle. The candle, which represents a flame being kept, a light that has not gone out, hope that has not been extinguished. And in the context of this reading, the candle is showing me that somewhere in this person, there is still a very specific hope lit and burning about you, about the possibility of you, and they have been tending to it quietly, privately, not letting it go out. Even during the stretches when there was no wind from your direction at all, it is still there, still burning. And that candle is the thing that is going to eventually push them to finally reach out. The next tea leaf card is Mirror. The mirror, which we talked about before as the reflection card. But in this reading, in this position, the mirror has a different message. It is showing me that your silence is acting as a mirror for this person, like in your absence, in the quiet you have created. They're being forced to look at themselves in a way they never had to when they had access to you. Because when you have someone, you can always look outward at them and avoid looking inward at yourself. But when they are gone or distant, the reflection comes back. And what this person is seeing in that mirror is uncomfortable. They are seeing the ways they did not show up, the ways they fell short, the ways they took you for granted. And that reflection is doing more work than any conversation ever could. The next tea leaf card is Bridge. The bridge, which represents a crossing, a transition, the space between where things are and where they are going. And what this bridge card is showing me is that we are in the bridge moment right now, Like this reading itself is bridge energy. You are between the silence and what comes after it. And so are they. And the bridge does not last forever. You cross it and you arrive somewhere. And what is on the other side of this particular bridge, based on everything the cards have shown us today, is worth crossing for. And the last tea leaf card is sunrise again. Sunrise for the second time in recent readings. And I always take it seriously when something repeats, because the universe does not repeat itself for no reason. And the sunrise showing up again is saying the new day is coming. It is really coming. And it is coming specifically for you and for this connection. And it is going to feel like waking up to something you had almost stopped believing in. Okay, final messages from your guides. 6 cards, because there is a lot they want to say. Your silence spoke louder than any words could have. Your silence spoke louder than any words could have. And I think this is such an important message, because a lot of us are taught that if we want to be heard, we have to speak, we have to say things, we have to communicate. But sometimes the most powerful communication is the withdrawal of your presence. And what this card is telling you is that everything you have not said, everything you have not done, every time you have chosen not to engage, has communicated something to this person more clearly than anything you could have articulated. And what it has communicated is, I know my worth, and I am not available for anything less than what I deserve. And that message has been received. The next final card is, do not break the silence for the wrong reasons. Do not break the silence for the wrong reasons. And this is such wise guidance, because I know there is a temptation sometimes when you can feel someone watching, when you can sense the tension of the silence, to want to end it, just to end it, just to relieve the pressure, just to see what happens. But your guides are saying, wait, be intentional. Do not break the silence out of boredom or loneliness or the discomfort of being watched. Break it, if and when you break it, from a place of genuine clarity, genuine desire, genuine readiness, because the silence has been doing important work, and it is worth letting it finish what it started. The next final card is, they see what they almost lost. They see what they almost lost. And loves, I want you to really hear this, because I think sometimes when someone is not treating us the way they should, we can feel invisible, like they do not even fully see us, like our presence does not fully register. And this card is the universe saying they see you, they always saw you, and now watching you from this distance, watching your life, watching you grow, watching you thrive, they see with absolute clarity what they almost lost. And that seeing is changing them, whether they admit it or not. The next final card is, something is shifting in their energy right now. Something is shifting in their energy right now. And this is your guides being very real-time specific, like not something is going to shift. Something is shifting, present tense right now as you receive this reading. There is a movement happening in this person's energy, a decision being made, a wall coming down, a step being taken toward you. And I feel like some of you are going to experience the evidence of that shift very soon in the form of contact or an encounter or something that comes through a mutual person, or just a feeling that lands in your body that tells you, oh, something just changed. The next final card is, you hold more cards than you realize. You hold more cards than you realize. And this is such an empowering message, because I think sometimes in situations like this, we can feel like we are the one waiting, the one uncertain, the one without information. And your guides are saying, actually, you are the one with the power here. Your silence is the most powerful move on the board. Your continued thriving, your continued choosing yourself is holding all of the cards. And this person watching you from the outside knows it, and it is why they are scared, and it is why they are watching, and it is why contact is coming, because they can feel that the window is not going to be open forever. And the very last card, trust where this is going. Trust where this is going. And I want to end on this because I think it is the most important thing. Trust where this is going, not from a place of, I know exactly how this ends, but from a place of, I trust the process. I trust the divine timing. I trust that the silence has been doing exactly what it needed to do. And I trust that what comes next, whatever it is going to be aligned with who I have become. Because here is the truth. This reading has shown us a lot today. It has shown us their anxiety, their watching, their longing, their fear of losing you. And it has shown us the Eight of Wands and the Tower and Judgment and the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups, all pointing in the same direction towards something real, towards something honest, towards something that could actually be everything. But the most important thing in all of it is you and where you are, and the High Priestess and the Four of Swords and the Ace of Swords, all saying you are exactly where you need to be. You are doing exactly what you need to do. Your silence is sacred. Your stillness is powerful. And the clarity you are developing right now is going to be the foundation of every good thing that comes next. So just to wrap everything up, the message of this reading is clear and beautiful. Your silence is doing exactly what it is supposed to do. It is making them see what they almost took for granted. It is making them feel what it would mean to actually lose you. It is forcing them to look at themselves in the mirror of your absence, and it is creating the conditions for a contact that is honest and real and long overdue. And you, the High Priestess, the Strength card, the Ace of Swords, are in the most powerful position you have ever been in relation to this person. Clear, grounded, knowing your worth, and holding all the cards. Your silence is the most powerful thing you have ever done. Trust it, and trust what is coming. And what is coming, based on everything the cards showed us today, is the Ten of Cups. It is everything, and it is closer than you think. I hope this reading gave you the validation and the peace that you came here looking for today. I hope you feel seen, and I hope you feel empowered because you are holding so much more power than you realize. If this resonated with you, please, please, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow, and it helps these messages reach more people who need them. Leave me a comment. Tell me how this landed. Did something specific hit home? I always love reading your responses. And do not forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss anything new. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Take really good care of yourself. Stay in your silence as long as you need to. Trust your power and know that what is moving toward you is worth every quiet moment you have spent waiting for it. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye, loves!